So, do you compare yourself to other people? Do you get jealous when other people have what you want? Do you find yourself not feeling like you're as good as somebody else in certain things or just as good as them in general? We grow up in a society where we go to, well, even if we have siblings, if we have a brothers, sisters, or whatever, it depends on how the parents, on how your parents treated your brothers or sisters compared to you. Did they give them more attention? Were people paying more attention to your sister or brother than yourself? Did they have something, did your brother or sister have something you wish that you had more of? Were they athletic? It could be all kinds of things. And then from there, we think about where, when you go to school, that people are or any type of like class, say like you're in dance class and you're doing ballet, and the way that that girl just points her toe compared to the way you do, you're like, gosh, if I can't do it like that, then I'm not good at ballet. Whereas maybe you do something better than her in another aspect of that dance, right? But you don't see that because you're just looking at that one little perspective of what you think, that you're not good enough. You're not good enough. It's just because you can't do it the way that she does it. In school, people are comparing their grades. They're comparing the way that they wrote something, the way that, you name it. It's just so prevalent in society. And so this feeling of like you're looking at somebody and they have this beautiful house and the cars and the family, and you're like living by yourself in this little apartment with a cat, and you're comparing yourself to that because to you that's what you want, right? But in reality, you don't have that yet, and that's okay. And the fact that there are so many people out there who are comparing themselves to other people, and in reality, we all have our own journey, we all have our own path, and we all have our own gifts, and we're all unique. And instead of, what I wish that more parents would do, instead of saying, wow, you did so well in this class, you had such a good grade. Why don't you just say, wow, you tried really hard, you put a lot of effort in it, and I'm so glad that you did that. That just shows how committed you were to it. It shows how much you were just like really into it and you really wanted to learn it. Instead of worrying about the grade, instead of worrying about how they compare to other kids, because we all have our strengths. We all have things that we do better than other people. We all have things that we don't do as well as somebody else. And so comparing, jealousy, all that stuff, it's just kind of like if we keep doing that, it's just kind of like a big ball of like, destructive emotions that can get to you and stop you from getting what you really want. So what is it that you're comparing yourself to, or who are you comparing yourself to, and in what area? Think about that, and think about whether or not you don't feel like you're good enough just because you're comparing yourself, or just because you don't have something that somebody else may have. So it's a good thing to inquire about. And once you look at that, just realize that it's okay. It's totally okay to feel that. Be with those emotions when they arise. Just be with it. Feel into it. Just let it kind of bubble up. Just be with it. No judgment. Just there. Be totally present with it. And see if things start to shift. And when you see somebody that has something you want, like, wow, they have this and that's wonderful to them. I'm so happy for them. Feel gratitude towards them. And see if things start to shift a little bit. And you start getting some of those things that you see out there. Because the more that you can give gratitude towards and be happy for other people, the more that will start trickling into your life, and the more that you'll start receiving more of what you really want. All right, take care.